guys, you're welcome back again on my channel. On today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to cut a 360-degree flare. So that is what we'll learn how to cut today. So this is the fabric I'll be using for this particular tutorial. So here, as you can see, please guys, if this is the first time of coming into my channels, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channels and hit the notification button so that whenever I upload new videos, you will get notified. So here I have my fabric. So I'll be using this fabric. This is a kente fabric. I'll be using it for this particular tutorial. So what I will do right now is to fold to get the amount of fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. So what I will do, I'll be dividing my waist measurement. So I will first of all, my waist measurement, this particular flare, I'll be attaching it to a particular dress. In front of it, it will be like overlapping each other with a curve shape. It will overlap. So because of that, I will be adding extra 4 inches to my I'll add extra 4 inches to the particular waist measurement. So here, and I also want to get some pleats at the side when I attach it to that particular dress. So here, the waist measurement is 44 inches. So 44 inches, I'll be adding extra 4 inches. I'll get 48 inches. So I'll go ahead and divide 48 inches. I'll be dividing it by 6.28. So that will give me, when I divide 48 divided by 6.28, I will be having 7.6 inches. So I'll go ahead and approximate it to 7.5. So here, what I will do right now, I want to get the amount of fabric I will put on fold to cut out. So I've folded this uh, particular fabric. So I'll go ahead and make sure I'm not cutting excess or I'm not shortage of fabric. So I'll be placing here, I will mark out my 7.5. So what I will do is, as I fold, you can see, you just fold your fabric. So I want to get the amount of fabric I'll be cutting out. So when I fold it, I'll just measure out the 7.5. So this is the mark for the 7.5. Here, I'm trying to get the number of fabric I'll be folding. So, and the shoulder to waist measurement I have is 16 and a half. So 16 and a half, I'll go ahead. This is my 7.5 for the radius of the flare. So what I'll do next is I'll go ahead and place my 16.5. So this is my 16.5. Because I'll be using extra half inch to join it, I will come down here on this particular line here. So this is the line. So here, this is my 16.5, you understand? So here, I will now go ahead and measure the number of how many inch of how many inch I'll be using for the flare. But what I normally do is here, I'll be using the blouse length, or yes, or the top length, wherever you want the blouse to stop. So I want 24 inches. So that 24 inch, I'll go ahead and mark 24 inches here plus extra half inch of sewing allowance. Or if you want it to be shorter, you can use 23 inches, 22, depending on how wide you want your flare to be. So having gotten all these things, I'm trying to check. This is just to get the amount of fabric you put on fold, so that you won't go and fold excess, or you fold. So when you fold excess after cutting, you find out that you're wasting fabric. So now the total amount I have here is 16 inches. So I'll go ahead and fold that 16 inches. So if you find out that it's too much, you can adjust. Or if it's not up, then you extend. So now I'm adjusting it to 16 inches. So here I have 16, because I don't like to waste fabric. So as you can see, I have 16 inches here. So what you do next is to fold again. Remember, this is a 360-degree flare. So I'll go ahead and fold it again and measure out my 16 inches. So here, So I will cross check to see if it's up to 16. If it's more than that, you reduce it to get the exact length you want, exact measurement you want. So here I have my 16 inches is here. So now we can go ahead and mark out our flare. So now remember the radius I got a 7.6, but I'll be approximating it to 7.5. So that is what I have here now. So I'll go ahead and mark 7.5 from here all round. 7.5. Okay, now I'm marking out the 7.5. So this is my 7.5. My 7.5. I'm marking it all round. 7.5. So you mark it all round. So after marking it all around, remember we have what we got here is 16 inches. So you go ahead and place your tape and mark 16 inches all around. So here is my 16 inches. So I'm marking my 16 inches all around. So guys, remember I added extra 4 inches on this particular tutorial because I'll be overlapping it in front. I'll cut the front will have, I'll cut it open and I'll be overlapping it to each other. So that is why I added extra 4 inches. But if you are cutting just the normal for your normal waist without any overlapping, or you don't want any pleat, you just want it, so you just go ahead and divide your actual waist measurement. If you don't want to add any extra allowance, you divide your actual waist measurement by 6.28. Then whatever radius you got, you mark. So here, but so now I'm done marking out the 16 inches. So I'll go ahead and connect it, or after connecting it there, I'll cut it out. So I'll go ahead and cut it out now. So I will show us how to curve it out. So I'm cutting it out. As you can see, it's a very thick fabric. This is a wooden cloth, a small cloth. It's made of wool. Um, it's very thick. So this is the reason why I always tie my scissors. I always deal with this kind of fabric too much. I sew it more often. So I go ahead, and that is why I tie this my scissors this way, in order not to get these black bumps here. So I always work with this type of fabric often. It's very thick. So if in case you're always dealing with hard fabric, maybe like cord lace, all this thick fabric, you can go, instead of using the scissors to cut it just like that, it will always give you a black knuckle here. So you can go ahead and tie it, or you can use a plastic, but plastic sometimes when it fell down, they got broken. So you can always tie cloth around this, so that it will not, when you are cutting a thick fabric like this, it will not give you that dark knuckles. So guys, stay tuned while I cut. Okay guys, I'm done cutting out the flare. So this is what I have here. This is our full flare. It's a 360-degree flare. So this is it. So here supposed to, I'll be opening here up as zipper allowance here. So here will serve as my zipper allowance. Remember I said the front will have, and I'll also go ahead and open this front up, because I'll be covering it out. It will be overlapping as well. So I'll open up this way. You see. So here will serve as my zipper allowance. It will go to the back side. So here now that will serve as the front. I'll go ahead and make a curve. I'll be shaping it out. So guys, what I'll do right now, I'll use my free hand to make a curve this way. I'll be curving it out this way. So I'll just make a curve to get that shape, that curve shape. Remember when you see some peplum, you see it curve at the front. So this is the curve. I've made the curve now. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. But if you are not making this design I'm making, you can just leave it this way. there's no need to open the front. So here, but I'll be having this is the way I want the shape the front to look like. So should in case if you are if you don't know how to, maybe you have been seeing this kind of flare with curve and you'll be wondering how, so this is just how to get it. I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, I'm done cutting it out. So this is what I have here. This place will serve as the front and this place will serve as my zip, for as my zip allowance. As you can see, this is how it looks like. So I've shaped the front, I've curved it out. So this is what we have here. By the time I'm going to overlap it this way. So that is just the essence of it. So thank you guys for joining me on this particular tutorial. If you find this tutorial helpful, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that whenever I upload new videos, you will get notified. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.